And hello, hello. Been a while, been a while. Uh, been really busy with the house and work. Good lord, all the work I've been having to do. Unfortunately, I have a full-time job and I can't focus on the channel sometimes, and I apologize about that. But I'm back. Hopefully, I can continue with the more strict regimen, and we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, Universim. This is the second update I think they've implemented. I'm not really sure what's been implemented. I really haven't looked a whole lot, so we'll see how it goes from here. So as always, starting a new planet, so we need to find a place to lay this stuff down. Try to get near an ocean. I remember last time we got near an ocean, we ran out of water fairly quickly. No. Back up this way. Hmm. Interesting. No. This was a good spot, but there's not a whole lot of water. But there is little waters right here, so I guess we'll go on and put it right here. That's fine. I have the tutorials reactivated because there may be something new, so I'll go on and leave them activated. Huts. Okay. So we need to build a fishing lodge, and then a warehouse. Really sweet. And let's go on it. Pump in place. That's in the same. Well, okay, let's get in here. Zoom in. It's right there. Gotta have engineers. That built. Too worried about that. Not too worried about that. Cast tower. I really don't see the point of it now anymore. Lay one down anyway. And then none of this stuff has still been activated yet, so it is what it is. Farm. Let's put the farm. Yeah. Warehouse. Let's go ahead and get the warehouse built up. We'll put it right here since there's a lot of rocks and trees. Actually, there's more stone right there, so and trees. So we'll put it right here. So they don't have to travel too far. And they'll have to travel far to bring it over here, but that's alright. And I believe that's it for now, so let's speed it up. So it seems like they mostly changed HUD powers are not activated still unless my mouse is not working right. Alright, we got some more nuggets, which is good. Oh, this is a whole rock stone. Okay, I didn't see that. But they'll store here, and I guess once it gets full, then they'll go to the warehouse. Mostly from what I've seen is they've just done a lot of like wildlife and um, texture updates and stuff like that. Nothing really gameplay wise, and they've implemented that one warehouse, and so far that's about it. See if the game stability is better. See if the let's, built. Let's go to the youngest. I always recommend to go to the youngest, so it's less you have to worry about. That's pretty. Oh, that's right. The construction, the way they do construction now is implemented as well. It's a little bit prettier and nicer now. Created, been built. It's been built, of course. Good. We're just kind of prepared for that. Let's see, now it's starting to pump water. Let's see how fast this is going. I think they're gonna have to change the water because this stuff goes through water way too quickly. Making babies, all right. That's pretty cool how it actually has, you get dawn. Stars, which is pretty. Making you dizzy yet? I hope audio sounds better now that I got my office and all that good stuff. I'm not in this whole echo anymore. That apartment is just only place in the whole apartment. The bedroom had a good carpet. Everywhere else it was laminate wood flooring. So yeah, it just echoed everywhere. Ugh. Even when the dogs barked, it was ridiculously loud. I only got two, so I'm gonna leave that one blank for now. Come on, I guess I have to push escape. Okay, so now they changed the upgrade. See, this used to be the upgrade icon here, but you can actually change the names now too. It's been implemented for a little bit, but I've never really, really cared to change it. That's just me though. But used to, right here, this icon used to be the upgrade. Now it is to turn the building on and off. Right here too, it used to have an upgrade icon. Let's see if this one has an upgrade. demolish. I believe you can actually hit this. I don't want to hit it, but yeah, I think you can demolish it here. And you know, used to there was an upgrade here. Not anymore. Just turns the building off. This. Excuse me. Used to be the middle mouse button, but the middle mouse button doesn't work for it anymore, so I don't know. Anymore. Let me check. No. That's weird. Games. No. Audio graphics. Okay, so there's no tooltip on that anymore. Interesting. And I also found out that you can now change it to Fahrenheit, which really helps me out. I really don't know Celsius. You dang Americans. Anyway, alright, so that's built. Let's see. Still don't really have enough people to do anything. Hmm. So 40 of 12. 13 for food, which is good. Complete. Next. Okay. So let's do that. Let's choose a crop. I forgot what we are in, though. Let me exit out of that. Ooh, it's foggy. Oh, duh, it says right here, grassland. Okay. So what we want to do is go to food, and you can grow anything here, but it'll take longer, and you may not get. It could take more water for one, and then two, it could take longer to grow if it's not like this is for desert. When it grows in a grassland, you may not get as much either. You know, this is the suitable environment, so you may not get what you're expecting. So, let me see. Growth speed. 6, and that's 10. Is that 6 hours? And then the amount of food you receive is 14. The amount of water it takes is 8. Go down here. All arounders quickly and optimally, so it takes about a day, I guess. 22 food, but it takes a ton of water. So let's do that. And then we'll change it to and then let me see if we got this more. Oh yeah, there we go. So got that. It says we can turn on and off what we want on here. So you can turn off I believe this is herbs. Food? No, this is food, wood, stone, and herbs. I guess for like healing. So you can turn on and off what you want, and it'll hold 100 items. Should. We got 2 laborers, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer for everything to be produced. Done, but that's okay. And honestly, I think what they should maybe try to implement is like a fisher, like during the winter when they really can't do any type of fishing. You know, either make it to where you can build like an ice fishing thing, and it would have to be disposable, of course, but or to have it like where they're actually doing stuff. So if they're not doing anything during the winter, have them help out. You know, like stone and wood and all that good stuff. I think that would be a pretty decent implementation. Alright, since we got a broken bone, let's go on and help this guy out. Hospital. Let's get that built. I'll put it right here in the center, so, you know, I'll build around it. And then soon, once we get some more nuggets, we'll get a food center built and put it around here. Check out our well. Got 0, so we want to get another well built as well. Let's get it built over here. And we'll get another one. One kid will be becoming an adult pretty soon. Let's make this a priority. Yep. Okay. So when they grow crops, it actually indicates the time. Used to it was like months or something. I don't know exactly how they were doing it before, but now it's actual time, which is good. Hello, Stormy. Hello, Stormy. Also, too, I have some more videos coming of reviews. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is anytime I have stuff that I buy and that I like and stuff that I need to use, I'll make little reviews of it, and then like maybe get a 6 month update and a yearly update and stuff like that. So you know, if you're curious about buying it or whatever, or curious what I use, I'll let you know. Because a lot of times I've seen a lot of videos where people don't really discuss what they use. Like kind of like video equipment and all of that and stuff. Get down, Stormy. Um, no. So, you can kind of see what I use throughout my life and what I prefer to use. I'm not really necessarily stuck on brands. Goodness me. What is it, Stormy? I know. You gotta get down, Mama. I'm sorry about that. Um, so, like, you know, I've had some bad experience with Samsung. Some Samsung stuff is good. It's kind of hard to say. And some other stuff is not so great. At least from my experience. Like their phones, they're great to a point. But sometimes I have issues. It just all depends. I don't know if it's maybe just me, maybe I'm just too picky. I don't know. I had a Note 3, thing was awesome. Now I have a Galaxy S5 and I freaking hate it. I absolutely hate it. So I'm been waiting for the Note 8. Hopefully that thing's pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. But another instance is I have a LG refrigerator, which is nice. It was what I wanted. It's a side by side. It's the two doors on the side next to each other, and then you have the Samsung. They have side by sides, but they're not that great. And then you pay like I think it's almost $1,000 more for it. Mine is bigger than the Samsung side by side, and it has inverter technology, which is nice. So it uses less power, and then it has a mini door. So basically, I don't have to open up the whole door just to get like a drink or what do you call it, like a ketchup or something. Let's see. Let's go to here. All right. So that's good. And then while I'm waiting around and letting them do what they need to do, I'll do a little bit of talking if I can. But now, like the LG gas stove, I was looking at getting. It had some nice features, but then it also like the burners were less powerful for the actual top burners, and then the oven itself was a little bit less powerful. It was also $100 cheaper, but the inside that was what really eked me. It's a convection oven also, so I need to make that a little clear. It was $100 cheaper, so I was like, I'll spend that extra $100 on the Samsung one, and so I got a Samsung gas stove. Like I said, I really don't care too much about brands necessarily. I know some people are brand loyal. That's great. Stick with what you know and what you trust. There are some things that I kind of stick with and what I trust, but at the same time, I've had some bad experiences with Asus motherboards. I bought a. What did I buy? It's a Maximus Extreme. Oh man, what is it? Maximus 5 Extreme, I think is what it's called. Uh-oh. I'm kind of sitting here ranting. Let's see, I need water. Alright. There we go. We'll prioritize that. And I spent $500 on this motherboard, and I have not had any good like their software that's directly built for the motherboard. It works great on Windows 7, great on Windows 7, but whenever 8.1 came out, everything was beta, and I was like, seriously, I spent all this money, and Windows 8.1 came out. Like, I bought this, I believe it was 6 months after 8.1 came out. That's when it was released. It was about 6 months before 8.1, and software updates, software support, I guess you would say, nothing. So, and I was pretty disappointed. And then when I was, I know it's a fourth gen. Is it a fourth gen? I have a 3370K, so I guess it's a fourth gen, third or fourth gen processor. I don't remember. I know it's a kind of a older platform, but I mean, geez, like, at least give us some support. So when Windows 10 got released, all the other motherboard manufacturers, did the full software upgrade suite for their motherboard. But Asus, I got just a chipset update, sound card update. That was it. But their actual software suite they have for like monitoring everything and all that, nope. It works, but it doesn't have all the features that I used to have. So I'm pretty disappointed with that. Spending that much money on a motherboard, and then I get kind of left out in the dust. It's like, really? So kind of learned my lesson too, because I really didn't need this motherboard. I've always gotten the biggest and baddest motherboard that I could afford, and I could afford that motherboard at the time, so I got it. I figured I was going to need all these PCI Express slots, this and that, because I was looking at doing YouTube when I bought it, but then life happened and wasn't able to really start YouTube then. And I was looking at having this and that on it and wasn't able to do it. So now I'm just like, I don't think I'll buy something like that again. I don't know, we'll have to see. But I'm going to keep this motherboard and whatnot and use it as a kind of a server, later on down the road. So I guess it will come to use finally. We'll have to see. Okay, so now we got some people going. Cool. Where is... There we go. That's cool. That's good. Okay, we got 80 of 40. And I used to be a big MSI fan. I loved MSI, and then they kind of dropped down a little bit, and my faith in them kind of got ruined. But now they're actually pretty good now. So it's one of those things that you kind of have to just take with a grain of salt, and do what you try. Stick with what you trust, or if you're curious, look at reviews and see how things are. The ultimate test is just trying it out, I guess. I may end up going with a different brand whenever I upgrade. I don't know yet. With this new AMD stuff, I may go with AMD. We'll have to see. I'm just looking at features. I loved AMD. I was an AMD fanboy for years and years and years, and then whenever they came out with a bulldozer, my AMD, what was it, the 64X2 or something like that, was actually better than the bulldozer at the time. So I was looking at feature sets and all that. Intel had a lot more features, a lot more support, so I went to Intel. Sorry, I'm kind of tired today. I went and visited my grandfather yesterday, and I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and baked some cakes because his birthday was last week, and so I baked him a cake, and I baked the girls a cake because they turned 2 yesterday as well. And ended up being when I got there, he needed a faucet change, and we were thinking it was gonna just take a couple hours. Well, it ended up being almost 6.5 hours later. We finally get done. The first time we got it around, we had everything ready to go. Put the sink back on, turn around, and the dang what's it called? Doing ordinary stuff. Let's go on and get another fishing wharf up and running. So we got everything hooked up. Well, one side, the hot side, the there's a plastic wing nut that puts the handle, to the sink, and it was stripped from factory. So yeah, that was fun. And then we had to go and return it, and that took like 35 minutes just standing there waiting in line. There was only one other person in front of us. So that was fun. And then, man, it sounds like I'm bitching today. Ooh, boy. And then we finally got back, put everything together, and put the sink on top of the pedestal that it sits on. It's a two-piece sink, so it's what is it material? Porcelain. It's a porcelain sink, and then it sits on a porcelain stand. And we get it hooked up, and I bolt it down to the wall, hook up the water lines that from the sink to the wall, and turn on the cold side. The lines, were the same, the original lines that they've had for the last, I guess, 10 years or so, and it started just squirting water everywhere. I was like, great. It's really hard to get that line off, and you have to be very careful, or else you'll twist the copper tubing to the handle. So, and it was already getting late, and I had to get back home, which my grandfather lives about 2.5 hours from here. It was already getting to be 8 o'clock, or no, 9 o'clock. So, man, I need to get home. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. So the girls didn't even get to eat their cake. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's been a time. What is the battery made? I don't make any sense. I don't know. It's a little weird to me. That is full. Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. That's also a new thing. Cemetery. And now, oh, that's right, the pyre, which is a um, once this gets, you don't have to use this. If you want to save a little bit of space, you can actually use this. This a funeral pyre. What it is crematory, basically. So people are gonna start getting sick. Let's prioritize this. What's our water look like? Water's doing pretty good. Oop, I'm sorry. I have to edit that. Dang it. That's really strange. I'm having issues with my e-cigarette. Not my e-cigarette, but my box. Ugh. There we go. Going to A. Going to A. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. That's not good. I think I need to go on and build another. Oh, that's right. Okay. So let's go back to here. Let's prioritize that. Yet. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so we're good on water now. No staff needed for that, which is good. Looking for a body. Good, good, good. Let's see, where is he going? Nugget assigned. Hey. Four there. 5 and 8. So we're doing good on drinking water. Good. Let's see what this little animation does. Let's see. Now we're getting rid of some bodies because everybody's gonna get infected. You know, see, I was at 20, now I'm at 19. So everybody is infected. So 18. So yeah, I guess that's the first thing you need to do is actually get just a pyre, I guess, built first off to help you out, just in case people die, because people will die. That's unfortunate. I'm probably gonna lose the colony. Dang. So far, though, I haven't really seen any wildlife. But I guess they're not implementing that just yet because we don't really have like a hunter's cabin or anything like that. And soon I will be playing Banished again, and some other games as well. What I'm looking at doing is some of those games, they were taking me a long time to play, and then I had to edit them out. And to kind of give you the games on a timely manner, I need to play it pretty far ahead and basically do a bunch of recordings. Wow, that's pretty. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. But yeah, play some time ahead so I can get get those up to you regularly and all that good stuff. Sick. Probably gonna die, but that's alright. So far, that's about all I've seen. I really haven't seen any other wildlife on here and all that good stuff. And I saw some updates on Facebook that they're pretty much almost got the whole save feature down. They said it's just really hard since these planets are randomly generated. When a random generation happens and trying to save that exactly is hard to implement. So they've been working on different creatures and all that, birds. Hopefully, pretty soon we'll have. They're also working on a school. I think it was. Working on a school. Mm-hmm. There's a whole colony. So I will leave it off at that. Yeah. One of the first things you need to do get built cemetery. Get one of those done because if not, you'll have this issue. So yeah, thank you for watching and keep an eye out for other videos. I know a lot of people may just expect this to be a gaming channel, and that's like I've said from the beginning. It's not just solely for gaming. It's everything that I do, inspired by life. So anyway, thank you for watching, and what inspires you? Thanks.